Blessings, yo, welcome to Life's Place. I had this thought, right? Well, I just pressed record and just hit the random thoughts, right? Yo, you know how some people really like family, right? And some real obnoxious friends where they really want to know your business, right? Because they feel as though that the family table is where we all know about everybody's business and shit, right? But in truth, some people really want you to talk at the family table just to know your business, just so that they know how to manipulate you out of your business, just to manipulate, just to be able to meddle in your business, right? Because it's like some people are used to family talks, or having a round table with your friends, where some people will really, some friends, some families will try to manipulate you into listening to their word. They know better. It's like the ones that want you to stay in some real toxic ass relationships because that's what they're used to, that's what they settled in, because they were more in fear of what was ahead of them, right? It's like the ones, the family members or the friends that will talk you into staying because it's been a long time. Yeah, I've been through everything, this and that. But it's filled with toxicity. It's filled with negativity. And God forbid if there's children in it, right? But we all seen this before. We've seen it time and time again, but we also seen the bad side of it all. Because some people really just want you to stay. Oh my goodness. If you're a people pleaser, right? They want you to stay. Imagine if somebody wants you to really stay with somebody that you don't really want to be with. But because of the fact that family and friends say stay, they don't know the emotional weight that you have to carry because they don't care to carry it. It's like some people would rather you stay traumatized, all because they're comfortable with your trauma. They're comfortable with your spiritual. They're okay with your mental wars, because with you in your mental wars, it would be easier for them to move you, right? It's like the ones that don't know how to let you go, all because they don't know how to treat you. It's like really, man, it's like people really trying to keep you in abuse because that is something for them to talk about, you know, on a way for them to really help you, but not really help you, but it's to keep you in a bind that is basically to use you. Yo, some people are so sad in the mind and heart that they will try their best to basically keep you in toxicity because of the fact that of the way, how people are raised one way, and damn, it's like the whole, this the only scenario that keep coming up in my head. It's like that Papa was a Rolling Stone scenario, right? Where, or the whole mindset of Papa was a Rolling Stone, or daddy's, what was it? Mama's baby, daddy's maybe, or where he laid his hat was his home type of mentality, right? Where that home stayed a home regardless if anyone was really home, or if anyone really checked out and was really home. But those were also closer to the days of, if she complained or she showed any signs of sadness or depression, he or anyone in his family was able to sign her into a psychiatric ward, because she's not allowed to be depressed. She's not allowed to feel sadness. She's not allowed to feel the loneliness because she was home alone taking care of the children and the household and whatever. But then speed up the mindset of lay his hat to, where he lay his hat is his home, or Papa was a Rolling Stone, or daddy's maybe type of shit, right? It's like keeping tumultuousness, the emotional trauma. It's keeping the generational curses of staying where you're not tolerated, or staying where there is no love because love was never introduced. Because sometimes it's situational. Sometimes it's like a marry into because somebody did get pregnant, or something happened type of shit, or the parents said let's get together. It's like some people don't know what love is. That's the basics, basically what it is. It's like little boys being raised to be the man of the house before they even know what a man is. And the little girl raising her siblings before she even know what even the birthing process, or even to know what raising children is all about. But she's taking care of the household too, and probably even washing clothes and cooking dinner, just to alleviate the pressures of the missing parent type of shit. But the growing of it, will be the same. You'll attract the same of what it is that you've been, you know, visualizing and feasting with your eyes, where it's a normalcy, the comfort in what was already seen and lived through. Whereas the growing is really growing and outgrowing what we were basically groomed into or conditioned, where some people really are more inept to staying in the trauma that they bonded themselves with another person who had the same likelihoods of the trauma too. Whereas love is not there. It's love for the trauma, you know? It's the fear of losing someone because of the trauma. They would have to deal with that on their own, but you can only deal with it when you bring it up or not choose not to want to heal it and use it as something to use against someone in order to keep the trauma bonded. Whereas love, damn, love is not known to those that hasn't been shown love. Therefore, you have to define love for yourself, right? And some love really has been shown to be the rah-rah type. You got to get crazy in order for me to know that you love me type of shit. I got to cut your ties. I got to bust your windows. I got to scream at everybody to let everybody fucking know that I'm screaming at you because you don't love me no more type of shit, right? But or hold the children against you because of the fact that you ain't gonna go with nobody else, and they're not gonna be the stepmama, they're not gonna be the stepdaddy to my children type of shit. It's like the mentalities. They'll want you to stay in that, but at the same time, those same curses and those same energies is being groomed and conditioned into the children too. Whereas they're growing up into that same mentality of staying in where they're not even tolerated or even loved or even shown what love really is, or even feels like where there is growth, you know, because some people will rather have it in a situation where it's contractual, where it is money, that equals love, where, I'll buy you something, I love you, or it's even shown in intimacy, if I do something with you or if I do you, that means I love you. But it's groomed into, it's conditioned, you know, where love is still not there because love of self hasn't been found. Yo, some people would rather you stay in trauma, all because that's what they're used to, and there'll be something for them to talk about. You know, it's like the aggravation to keep you in the same cycle. It will hurt more when you start to love yourself and learn what love is or feel what love is. And it's a wonder why people really do, family and friends really do, you know, come right back to you from the past to pull you back to the past because that's the love that they want you to stay used to. Wow. So if you choose to heal, that is the first step of loving yourself, is knowing the people, places, and things around you that's really not for you. you know, and it'll affect those that want to drag you back into the past because they don't want you to grow and they don't really love you and they don't want nobody else to love you too. Anyways, yeah, always choose you because not everybody wants the best for you more so than what you want for you, you know? Because some people really don't want you to grow because they're more scared of, they're more in fear of and intimidated of themselves and the version of themselves that's growth, you know? Wow. Know that the Most High got you. Have a good one. Bye.